gosh, it's so bright. Okay. Hi everyone, this is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey Mama, and I want to welcome you to my live cooking show. Normally, you know, we do it a different night. However, because of something that I had previously had to do on Wednesday, we are now doing it on tonight. So what I'm going to do is I want to thank everybody for joining me. I see people are starting to pop up. Hello everyone. And today I'm going to make a shrimp dish with a light tomato base. And I found a new product on the market and I'm so interested in trying it. It's a Parmigiano Reggiano cheese spread. And I decided when I saw this that I was going to make a dish that was a little creamier this time. So I'm hoping that it works out. And it's cheese. How bad could it be? So I want to thank everybody for joining me. For those of you who have never seen me on Facebook before, my name is Teresa Siderio. I go by your Jersey Mama. If the comments, if you feel you want to make a comment, that's fine. I will answer any questions after the fact because I can't see the screen. But I'll be happy to do that. Please feel free to share my video. And I also have a YouTube channel under my name, Teresa Siderio. Please feel that if you to subscribe to it, because if you can't see me on Facebook, and if you're not a Facebook friend of mine, you could also send me a Facebook friend request. So this way you'll get updates on when I go live. I'll pop up on your screen. If not, you have YouTube to be able to go back to. They will notify you when I upload my next video. So with that being said, I'm going to start. Feel free to show some love if you want to hit some hearts on there. And if the comments are bothering you where you can't see a whole lot, well, it's in my kitchen, so I set up everything, and you're not going to see everything. So feel free to swipe to the right and tell me where you're all from, especially if you're new to my Facebook Live. Thank you guys. I love the hearts. I'm so excited. I got some tips for you too. So for what to do with your leftover turkey stuff. Something I found on, I didn't think of it by myself, believe me, but that's why there's the cooking shows, right? And cooking apps and websites to go to. So with that being said, I've had this boiling. I'm going to make like a Cappellini. I should wait a little because Cappellini only takes about 4 minutes to cook, and then I'm going to have it cook in here. So, but I just want to salt the water first. Let me do this. Let me turn that down. Let me turn this up a little. So, what you can do is, I'm getting one, I did, because it's not going to be that much, it's only, well, it's a pound of pasta. I don't know how to cook anything less. So what I did was I cut up some onion. This I got this on Amazon. And basically it's like a rocker. I don't know what they called it. I want to say a mandolin, but it's not a mandolin because the mandolin's like this. Well, anyway. But it's great to chop. And you just go back and forth with the chopper. Now I have 2 cloves of garlic. I have some onion. I used a red onion this time. I used, these are some of the ingredients. So what I did was I got a can, I use all organic products, even my pasta's organic. But I use petite cut tomatoes, and only because it's makes a lighter sauce. But sometimes they're too chunky for me. I like it where it's not so chunky. So I use my Ninja. I'm going to pour this into my Ninja. I'm going to put the lid on. Oh, you know what I should do is let me put in some salt and pepper and everything in here. So this way I'm not putting it in. I'm going to put some fresh cracked pepper. This way it gets all blended real nice. Pretty smart, huh? I'm using sea salt because of the fact I'm making shrimp. And then I have some garlic powder, Sprinkle to your taste. I'm already going to use garlic and onion in the base, so you don't have to really, you know, I just like garlic, so, and I tell everybody that. And so let me put this, and I have some fresh basil and fresh parsley. Alexa, please turn down the volume. Then you're going to put your lid on. So you put the lid on. It's like a little mini food processor. There you go. And then you're only going to pulse it a couple times. Just so it chops up the tomato. Because I don't want it like a puree, because if that's the fact, you might as well just use a puree. So you already have your ingredients in here already chopped up now, okay? See how nice and easy? I should have done that with the onions and the garlic. However, because I'm going to saute them up first, you don't need to do that. Oh, that was my shoes. Well, you know what? I better watch this. Let me just put this over here because I could see me slicing my hand up. So now that I've been warming up the pan, I'm going to put some olive oil. It's like I'm coming down to the end of it. Wait till you see how easy this is, folks. Recycle. The pan was already warming. It's already hot. I'm going to throw in the onion and the garlic. Let me just throw in a little bit of salt. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to throw in some, the pecorino, the hot pepper flakes. You can throw in that. You don't have to use that. I want a little kick to this meal. So I'm going to throw that in, and the oil is going to release the flavor of that. So while that's cooking real fast, I do want to cut up the shrimp because, unfortunately, I only bought a half a pound of shrimp, and the shrimp that I bought was, they were the extra large shrimp. Okay, so while this is cooking, this is a fast meal. It's not going to cook fast because the tomatoes, you're only going to, once you put the tomatoes in there, you're only going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes on high. And you want your onion and your garlic, since it's chopped up small now, because you want them in small, small pieces, what you're going to do, it cooks faster. So you want to stir it, but you don't want it to brown. Not with this dish. Especially since it's going to be more on the creamier side. I would say that if you were doing more just a tomato base, you can let that garlic brown, just toast up just a little bit more. And that gives a whole different flavor to your sauce. Okay. Oh, this looks good. Then you're going to throw your tomatoes in. You're going to stir this up and you're going to incorporate it. Now, because I'm using Cappellini, the Cappellini is organic. It's from Italy, so you can find it in any type of department store. And because the Cappellini is such a thin pasta, it cooks very, very, very fast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in some, and not only that, the Cappellini absorbs a lot of the sauce. So always make a little bit extra or add a little bit of something to it. You can add wine to this, but today, because I don't have the white wine, which I thought I did, I only had red, and I don't want the sauce to be light because I'm using the Parmesan Reggiano, the cream cheese. I'm going to throw in, for extra flavor, 1 bottle of Cento, or you can use Rosa clam sauce. It's just to bring more flavor to the sauce, and it's also to help cover the pasta. So while that's cooking, I'm going to cut up just in half. These have already been deveined and peeled. You want to wash them real good. I buy either a wild caught because it doesn't have certain countries grow, like, make their fish or their, I mean, you all heard the story with some of the shrimp, haven't you? If you haven't, put some hearts up and I'll tell you. Okay, because some of the shrimp comes from a different country, and the way they make their shrimp, or they grow it, is not in sanitary conditions. Let's put it that way, okay? I mean, it's gross. So basically, I just cut them in half. And then when you want to devein them, you can get that out. But because when I pulled the shrimp skin off, I pulled it off so well that you could see the whole vein that's inside come completely out. So that's what I did with that, okay? Now, because you don't need that to cook, you don't need the fish to cook so long. While this is cooking, let me stir it up. This is at a steady boil. You're going to want to have this at a steady boil for about 20 minutes. That's all it's going to take, because because it's such a looser sauce and not a thick sauce. Okay, because number one, you added the petite cut tomatoes, which makes it looser. Then you added the clam sauce to it, and then what I'm going to do is, once I put the shrimp in, I am just going to put a little bit of baking soda in there. What happens with the baking soda is I'm going to put like a 1/4 teaspoon. That's not even a 1/4 teaspoon, just the tip of a teaspoon in the sauce while it's boiling with the shrimp in it, because what happens is it not only takes out the acid, but it also gives the flavor of the shrimp. It brings it into the sauce, so you have a nicer flavor to that as well. I do that with my regular gravy, with the, when you're making a big pot of Sunday gravy or Sunday sauce with the, with the meatballs and the sausage and the braciole. If you're making pork, if you put the chicken in, my grandmother used to put chicken in. Oh my God, she made the best gravy. It just reminds me of my younger days. So anyway, while that's cooking, I am going to give you, oh, you know what? Hold on. I should put this in last. I want to see, this should taste good. And this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see it and it's not backwards for you. But actually it's by Orecchio, and it's called Crema alla Parmigiano Reggiano. It's a spreadable cheese, but it has that Parmesan flavor that you might want to put in. Some people like having cheese in their shrimp. You don't want, or in their fish, whatever, in the fish sauce. You don't have to. I want to try it. I just want to see. It's something new. I ran across it. I was like, what can I do with this? And then I knew what I was making for dinner. I just didn't know. I just didn't think I was going to add this to it. But it does look like it's got to be stirred up. Let's see. So I'm going to try to use only half, because, and then I'll give it a taste test, because I don't know here it goes a little bit over here. Let's put that back in. Okay, let's taste it. Oh my goodness. imagine that with on a cracker, on a nice cracker with even some fruit on top of that would taste good. Oh, that's going to taste real good. Okay. So since that's coming to a boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the temperature of the water, and then I'm going to put that in, because the shrimp doesn't cook long. I'm going to put the pasta in, and remember, it's only going to take 4 minutes for the cappellini, because then I'm going to transfer the cappellini into the sauce and let it cook into the sauce. Figures, right? It was boiling away a minute ago. Once it starts to boil, I turned it down because I didn't think it was going to boil that fast. So let's put it on high. It should come to a boil again. Yep, here it goes. While this is simmering, this is when I'm going to add a little bit. Look, you only want to add a little bit of that much on a teaspoon, just the tip of baking soda. You're going to throw it in there and you're going to stir it. And don't be surprised if it starts bubbling up on you. That's just the acid that's in the tomatoes. And that's what you don't want. You don't want the acid in the tomatoes because, number one, you know, having an acidic body is not good for you. You should have more alkaline in your in alkaline water and trying to raise your alkaline level up in your system to begin with. Okay, so while this is cooking, there you go. I already put the water in that, so this way you don't have to worry about the water not being salted. And the reason why you want to salt the pot is because of I put it right before it started while it was boiling, and I thought I was going to put the pasta in. So this way the flavor, you know, also comes out in the pasta, and if not, it just tastes bland. But once you cook it in the sauce, it's going to give it another flavor. Okay. You're going to lower that for a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put that cream in last. So what I did was before I came on, I wanted to give you some ideas that I saw on a website. I think it was called All Recipe. I like their stuff. I really do. I think their food is really nice. I got onions and garlic all over here. Okay. So, these were some of the ideas that they said you can do with your leftover turkey. Okay. You can make turkey quesadillas. Everybody knows how to make a quesadilla. If you don't know how to make a quesadilla, all you got to do is pop in how to make quesadillas on the internet, and poof, you get like a whole bunch of recipes from a whole different sites. But that's another thing you can do with your cooked turkey instead of using chicken quesadillas. You can make a turkey pot pie. Just chop up all your turkey, you know, from the bone. Throw in the following day. I mean, when you want to make it, you just get a regular, you could either make your own pie crust or buy the store-bought kind. I always cook my pie crust for about 5 minutes in the oven for like whatever, maybe 350, 375. You know, it's going to slide down on the pie plate, but still, at least it's cooked. Because if not, you get that soft, mushy stuff, and then it tastes like it's like paste. I can't stand that. So I always cook my bottom pie shell first, and then all you do is like throw in some frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables. I love mixed vegetables. If you have like a cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken soup, throw in a couple cans of cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken soup. You can even mix it with some celery and a half a cup of milk I use in a can. Only because of the fact I don't want it watery. I don't want to, you know, do a cup of milk or a can of milk to each can, only because of the fact it comes out too watery, and I don't like that. And remember, if you use frozen vegetables, you can mix that in there, but I always like to cook it on the stove, just steam it up a little, so this way all the water, from it being frozen does not get into the mixture. Believe me, this will come out delicious. You're using cream of celery or cream of chicken soup. It's going to, or if they have a cream of turkey, you can even try that. Mix it all together in one bowl, and then put the layer of the potatoes. You're going to need potatoes, so make sure you boil some potatoes to cut that up too. Okay, throw it up, mix it up, throw it in the pie plate, put the top of the dough on top of it, pop it in the oven. You can look that up. Okay. Turkey spring rolls. I've never made a spring roll, but I love spring rolls. You can do a turkey spring roll with a cranberry sauce to dip it in. How about that, right? Can you imagine that? Oh, bless the mother, that sounds good. I don't even know how to make, I guess I would have to go to a store to get the humused yum, what do they call it? The turkey, or the spring roll dough. Okay, it looks beautiful. Real fast, stuffing bites. Take your leftover stuffing and your leftover mashed potatoes. Mix it all up. You can fry it up on the stove, okay? Use a canola oil or whatever oil that you want to use. If you're organic, use an organic, whatever. Just, pat it out. Make it like a little patty. Fry it up. And then you could put even a little bit of cranberry sauce on top of that. If you like the chunk cranberry sauce. If not, you use the other cranberry sauce. Turkey tetrazzini is another one. You can pop that up on the website. You can take a turkey, get a recipe for that. And then this is what I'm going to try to do. I don't know what made me think of it, but I was thinking all the sliced turkey that you have, the leftover stuffing, the leftover mashed potatoes. So you get a slice of turkey, put a small layer of potatoes. You could even use the mashed sweet potatoes. Then put a layer of your leftover stuffing on top of that, and then another turkey. And then what you do is you put these individual little pieces in a pan. Smother that with your gravy, your turkey gravy, and when it's done, you only cook it in the oven because it's already cooked. You're only going to warm it up, right? And then you could put a slice cranberry sauce on top of that. So that's an extra thing that you can, some extra things you can do. Okay, so now with this, being that I'm only going to I'm going to try one big helping of this Parmesan spread. Now you don't have to use this, that's for sure. Let's just mix this up. Turn this. Perfecto. That's it. Guess what? It's got a nice light creamy texture. That's all you need. That's fine with me. I only use one big helping of this cheese spread. Put that back in the refrigerator. I gotta wipe my hands. I got cheese on it. Then you're going to take your drained pasta. And you're going to throw it in there just to cook for a little bit, not much, just to stir it up to get that flavor. See how absorbing the liquid, the gravy. Okay, so you don't want to cook it that much. You just want to be able to get the flavor in there. Any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, and feel free to share this to your Facebook page. Ooh. Yum. Want to get a little bit of that sauce. Pour it on there. Of course, make sure you salt and pepper to your liking. Look. That's what it looks like. And it smells so good. Yum. Okay, time to taste it to see if it's poison. It's going to be hot. Blow. Remember telling the kids when the babies were little and used to say, no, blow, blow. And then they used to spit all over the, instead of blowing on it, they used to go. Mmm. I need more salt. Don't worry about putting so much salt in the very beginning, because you never know if you have a heavy hand or go too much, especially if you're using salt grinders. Let's taste it one more time. That was it. If you want to add locatelli cheese, of course you can add that. But before I say goodbye, I want to thank everyone who have been following me for the past 2 years, year and a half to 2 years. And because I value everyone's support and your wonderful comments, and I'm going to cry. I'm going to have a contest. Because of all you viewers, I'm going to have a contest. I'm going to go live next week. There's going to be 3 ways that you can, so don't go to my Facebook page yet. Do not go to my YouTube channel yet, because when I go live, and if those of you who want to participate that are new to this and you're not my Facebook friend, please feel free to Facebook friend me. Tell me that you saw my live, like put it in a private chat. So this way I know you're not some kook, and because you know how many you get those. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys a heads up first. I'm going to have a landing page ad in the bottom after I go live. I'm going to give away 2 prizes, and they're going to be 2 aprons from Pauletta Ford, who is the lady I get my aprons from. She's in Louisiana. I love what she does. She is going, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have this ad. You're going to go into the ad, you're going to fill out your name and your email address, and then that's going to take you to my Facebook link. You're going to like my Facebook page. Then in the other ad, you're going to put in your name and your email address, and then you're going to go to it's going to say click here. It's going to take you to my YouTube channel where you're going to subscribe. And then I'm going to have you vote. I've had some professional pictures done. I can't decide which one I like, so I'm going to have you guys decide which one you like, that I'm going to be able to put up in my YouTube channel, and then I'm to put up on my Facebook page. So you're going to have 3 pictures to choose from. Every time that someone signs on to YouTube, I'll get a message. So I'm going to take your name. So you're going to get a point for picking out the picture. you're going to get a point for liking my Facebook page, and then you're going to get a point for liking my YouTube channel. So that's 3 points you're going to get. Your name will go in a bucket 3 times. And at the end of the week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out your name, whose ever name it is, and I'll show the picture of who will be going where, what will be going to YouTube, what will be going to my Facebook page, and then I'm going to have you go to Pauletta, her favorite place, her Facebook page, and then I'm going to have you pick out an apron from her, and then she is going to send it to you. So this way you get the apron that you like, and it's a gift from me to you, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for viewing. They're happy tears. So, you guys are the first to know. Watch out for my live next week. When I go live, I'll be doing it at night, and I'm going to give you guys a week. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I wanted to give you guys this heads up, so this way you're prepared. And I can't wait to see who the winner is, and I can't wait to see what picture you're going to pick for me to choose to put in those Facebook and in those pages, in those sites. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining me today, and I want to say be kind to one another. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. Make new memories, and have a good night. Bye-bye.